Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be answering a couple of questions that I've received for myself, and I've actually got a response from Reese on one topic. So yeah, we're going to be answering a couple of questions. Before we jump into it, as always, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you all can stay updated with everything going on. And let's get into it. So there's always a lot of concerns in the community. Everyone just wants more information about their investment. Everybody wants to be a little bit more educated. And even if I know something, I always like hearing stuff from the team itself, because you always get these little nuggets and these little gems, and you can always walk away from an AMA or just from talking to them with some understanding that you didn't fully have before, or something that was just an assumption that you could wrap your head around, and you thought that was what they meant, and then you just get that validation that, okay, yeah, they mean that. So it's always enlightening talking to the team. So I love it personally. But yeah, let's jump into it. We're gonna jump straight into the question of Reese. Like that was, I think that was important. So the homie Zach actually asked on the channel here. He asked me, if a crypto-backed company like Ecomi eventually sells, does the sale price get spread to the token holders the same way it would a publicly traded company, or does it sell like a private company, mutually exclusive from token holders? So everyone has obviously been talking about Ecomi selling and things like this, and VeVe selling VeVe and all of that, because of the AMA with Dan, where he mentioned Disney. Well, he was asked about selling to Disney and stuff like that. So the response made people worry, and this is the response that I got when I asked Reese about it. So Reese said, honestly, I have no idea. And when he says that, he means the inner working of exactly how it will work. He has no idea, because what you have to understand, like, that it's very complicated. What they're doing is very complicated. They're working with a lot of licenses, and they used a lot of their own connections, and they used a lot of the connections that they built throughout their entire careers to build VeVe. VeVe isn't just something that was thrown together one day where, hey, I want to open a McDonald's, let's just open one. It's not something like that. It took years of them building up their careers, their names, their trust for these companies, for them to have relationships with these companies. And yeah, it wouldn't be easy to sell something like Ecomi. But so that's what he means by he has no idea, because it's just so complex. There's so many inner nuances and stuff that's important. But he says, honestly, I have no idea. No plans to sell the company anytime soon. We're just getting started. But I assume if someone were to buy us out, they have to buy out the whole ecosystem, especially with the role Omi plays and is about to play in the app / the VeVe-verse. So Omi plays a huge role in all of this. Like, Omi is a critical part to how this functions, and I don't see the point of a company coming in and trying to buy out VeVe so they could just change Omi around, or change Omi to something else, try to replace the fuel for VeVe with something else. At that point, like, VeVe is so heavily integrated into everything going on. At that point, you might as well just start your own project if you're just trying to do that, because you would have to literally change damn near everything just to get Omi out of the mix. So yeah, and then also, we don't even know how heavily integrated into the VeVe-verse is going to be, but I'm assuming that a lot of the purchases and transactions and stuff done throughout the VeVe-verse is going to be done in Omi. It just seems to make the most sense to me. Like, I think that while everyone has these tiny goals for Omi, I think that Omi is going to be something a lot bigger, as you all know. You all know my prediction is bigger than a lot of the other content creators and things like that. And it's not because I don't understand where VeVe currently is. If I was looking at things through a narrow perspective where I only saw this month or a couple of months ahead, then I would probably feel the same way. But when I look years down the line, look at what I believe the NFT space is going to go to, and look at what I think, because right now VeVe is only in collectibles, but they have already tried to do like other products and stuff in the past. Ecomi has tried to do other products and started with other products. They've had a line of different products already. So that tells me that this is a company that is focused on VeVe heavily right now, but they also have ambitions outside of VeVe. And I think some of the token might have been included in some of the stuff they were doing that they were planning up before, but VeVe obviously has taken the front seat since they're working with all these big licensors and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, they have a wallet, they have their own wallet, they have the VeVe app. I feel like something that's very, very important to understand about this company is that these guys are entrepreneurs. They work in business. So I feel like the token is going to get a lot more utility than people realize. So while it's highly speculative, I don't think that VeVe is even the only thing that's going to be burning Omi. I think that at some point they're going to release some product or something that also helps get at that circulating supply. So this is my goals is for the team Ecomi itself. I understand the project VeVe is amazing, and I don't think that they're just going to be doing collectibles and comics and stuff. I also think that they're going to advance outside of that. Obviously, property is going to be a big deal. Land ownership in the real world, like all of this stuff and how it impacts the real world, vehicle ownership in general. I feel like NFTs is going to impact ownership. And I feel like VeVe has the trust because of all their partners who they're working with. I feel like if these companies in the real world are going to try to convert their business to somewhere, I think it probably has the highest chance of being done through VeVe. And honestly, I feel like VeVe knows the position that they're in, the situation that they're in. I feel like they understand what relationships and licenses they have and how this makes them appear in the NFT space. And a lot of people, I see a lot of people who want them to, like, who's wondering why they aren't moving faster, taking advantage of these opportunities and stuff like that. I think they're very, very calculated, man. Like, what you have to understand about VeVe, in my opinion, is that VeVe becomes more valuable once the NFT market crashes. Like, once all these projects crash and burn and people lose all that money and the NFT hype is dead, I think that's when VeVe shines. So, I honestly, like, a lot of people treat VeVe, I feel like it's one of these other projects where it's like, oh, it's the time is ticking. This is the latest trend. When in reality, no, this is not the latest trend. VeVe sets the trend because it has the licenses. No matter what they do, what anybody does with these other NFTs, people are going to come back for Marvel. People are going to come back for Star Trek. People are going to come back for DC Comics. Like, people are coming for these things. The Louis V, the Pride posters. Like, people are coming back for that. So yeah. That's basically what Reese said about it. Reese had, like, they just getting started, and the token plays a huge role. The token just plays a huge role, so it would probably include that. But it's like I said, it's highly speculative even for Reese because they're not really thinking about that. Obviously, they may have a list of people that they would be willing to sell to, but they have no intentions of selling right now. So yeah. But let's see. Here's one question right here. Why are they not, this is from T. Ricky, he commented, why are they not putting Omi on the main exchanges? Makes 0 sense. They already have the hype and product. Get this thing pumping before the NFT craze is over. I hold 10 million Omi. I will sell half at $1, clear the cash, and buy more real estate. Get physical assets from these coins. So this is his concern. His concern is why they aren't putting it on main exchanges and stuff like that. I don't know if he knows, but or if you, like, I know some people may not know, but we have to get this move over to Immutable done. They don't have time to focus on the token, and also the current blockchain that they're on, like, does not allow for a lot of different exchanges and things like that. It's just easier when you're on the Ethereum blockchain to get to certain places, just like OpenSea. When you're trying to get your NFTs over to OpenSea, you can't really do that from where we're at right now, but you can do it from the Ethereum blockchain. So it's just a lot of nuances and complexities to trying to do certain things with where they currently are. A lot of this stuff is stuff that the community demanded. The community wanted this stuff, and it's stuff that needed to be addressed, but it's so many different things to balance, and they have a fairly small team. So it takes time to do this stuff. They are actually building a business. So when you see these other coins who are just highly speculative, they're not actually building anything, or what they're building is like, they're just making a bunch of promises more so than actually you can actually see what gets done. Like VeVe, if you've been here from the beginning of VeVe or from when the app first started popping off and you're still here now, you can see the drastic changes, the drastic improvement that has taken place here. Everything that they've said they were going to do, you can see the improvements. Obviously, because they have an actual product, it's less speculative than something like Dogecoin, where you can convince people that it's going to moon at any moment, as opposed to something like Omi, where you understand exactly what it takes to move, what catalyst needs to be put into place, and then the company is not rushing these catalysts. The company is not rushing throwing us on a bunch of different exchanges and things like that, because while the fans may be confused and scared, oh, this NFT craze is going to die down, what VeVe, the vision that they have, like, they started this 4 years ago before there was ever an NFT pump, an NFT boom ever. Like, they started this before everyone else could really see what was going on with the world and what was going to come. So they have this vision where they have these licenses and they know they control the boom. This NFT boom that everybody's scared is going to die down and VeVe is going to miss out on that opportunity, they control that. This is the difference between VeVe and any other platform. Any other platform is at the mercy of the NFT space and people trusting it and people enjoying it. VeVe, however, people are going to trust the fact that they come with genuine licenses and the most trusted brands in the world. So VeVe has less of, I don't know, it has less risk than a lot of other NFT speculative projects. And a lot of the, like you hear the experts in the community say that 95% of NFT projects are going to fail and they're going to become completely worthless. Like 95, that's a huge bubble. A lot of NFT things are going crazy right now, and the experts, like, because it's impossible to be an expert on this space, but the people who have been in this space for a long time says that it's a bubble and it's going to explode, and a lot of this stuff is going to fail. So once that happens, I think that that's when VeVe is going to be really boosted into the spotlight. VeVe is going to be boosted into the spotlight mainly because of the licensing. So that being said, let's move on to the last question we have here. The homie said, VeVe may hold. Oh snap! This almost took me out, bro. Cause his comment mixed with his name, bro. This almost just took me out. So he said his name is VeVe may hold your NFTs hostage, and yo, the comment is bad move but easy to miss. The bad business practices of VeVe, who recently froze accounts of users due to an error in gem overpayment 4 months ago. They will not confiscate NFTs, but they can freeze your entire account, as done to many. Be careful. They can simply claim a transaction error in their favor from months ago, and if you don't pay them, they hold all you have regardless of value. VeVe is bad news, and more users are being impacted. How long until it's your assets? Those who speak up are not only demonized, but VeVe can take direct action against you, as it happened to me. Seriously, all be careful. It's a great concept, but these people are shady. So, just to address this, anybody who speaks up, they don't come after. Like, I speak up on a lot of the negative things, a lot of negative aspects, and I get a lot of flack from the community because it is people who want to pretend that everything is all perfect. But this is a new area. This is new things going on. On one side, I understand this is supposed to be decentralized. You're supposed to have freedom, ownership. This is supposed to be something not controlled by the man. And then VeVe can just come and freeze your account and you don't have access to your assets because they don't allow you to take it off and things like that. So I understand it's a very tough spot to be in, but also you have to understand this is a business being built. So they are going to make mistakes that allow you to make mistakes, and some people are going to abuse these mistakes. And when you're looking at the screen, you're looking at the data, sometimes it can be wrong. So maybe you're the liar. I mean, who knows? I don't, like, this guy actually is a guy. I forgot what he changed his name from. He changed his name. Like, he used to be known as something else, and because he's commented on a lot of my videos, so I would probably know him by his actual name. But yeah, I don't know his actual name, but I would probably notice him. But what you have to understand is, during the early days of a startup, there's going to be a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that's not going to exist 2-3 years down the line. So VeVe has to get to the point where it can be what everybody wants it to be. Everybody wants it to be this perfect thing overnight. And like, because it was a point in time before VeVe started releasing Marvel and started dropping all these heavy hitting things, comics, and before all of that, people were like, everyone, like when during the May thing, when David, you said May, it was so many people trying to punish VeVe and let them know how wrong they were and stuff like that. It's like, this is a startup. It takes time to build. It's not going to be perfect. The best thing you can do is contact support, tell them your situation, tell them that they got it wrong, and then they can fix it so it does not happen again in the future. Eventually, they're not going to have full control over everything. Eventually, it's going to change. But during the early stages, like it's come in handy because so many people has gotten scammed early on, and they were able to get their NFTs back, when in reality, if it was a real NFT from the start, people would have just been screwed out of assets. So it's some benefits to having this things the way that they are, but once it gets past this stage, it is going to be more free, but then people are going to be complaining about getting scammed and stuff like that. It's going to be a whole different set of problems. So they can't really escape problems, but during the development stages, it's safer. It's safer for them to control everything and to do what they feel is best to make sure things are as fair as possible. So that's just my thoughts on it. I'm not here making a defense for VeVe. I'm pretty sure they definitely do a great job of defending themselves. That's just the way that I see it. I understand what crypto is meant to be. I understand what it represents and why people love it. And it is important. It's important for the world. But at the same time, it has to get to the point where it can really be what everybody wants it to be. This is a work in progress, and they're currently building it. But that's pretty much all I got for you all. I just want to address a couple of questions. Let me know what you all think. Let me know any more questions that you have. I can ask the team more things. If you have some questions for me that I can answer, I'm more than happy to answer more questions in some upcoming videos here. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you can stay updated with everything going on. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, homies.